You so much for watching this video. I really appreciate. May God bless you. May God reward you. I want us to teach each other about the word of God, and my teaching is coming from the book of Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5, and it says that trust your Lord your God with all your heart and never rely on your own understanding. Never rely on what you know. Now, many of us in this life rely on what we think we know is the right thing to do. And many of us in this life consult God after we have already embarked on the journey, be it financial journey, educational journey, our marriage institutions, and what have you. But most of the times we come to discover that the decisions that we took were actually not the right decisions that we were supposed to take them. Now, this is what it simply means. If you trust in God, you are rest assured that every step you take will be the right step that you are supposed to take. But if you do not trust in God, you discover that you end up relying on what you think you know is the right thing to do. Now, it's very easy for the devil to corrupt our minds and give us a wrong navigation, and we might end up going the wrong way. We might end up going into the forest and never coming back. So we need to realize that we live in a spiritual world, and life is spiritual. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12. That's the key verse for every believer, for everyone who believes in God. We are fighting against a spiritual battle. And if we are fighting against a spiritual battle, we do not expect to depend on physical wisdom. We do not expect to win a spiritual battle in relying on our own understanding. Now, if we are fighting a spiritual battle, we need to call upon someone who is also spiritual and mightier in the spiritual world to be able to fight for us in the spiritual battle that we are fighting against. Now, if we put God aside and depend on the things that we know physically, we will end up losing the spiritual battle and being defeated by the evil one, even when the battle was already won by Jesus Christ on the cross. So what I'm trying to encourage you, my brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, wherever you are, is that let us depend on God and on God alone. Never depend on what you think you know. In every step that you want to take in life, make sure that you consult from God. Make sure that you involve God, so that as you are going in the journey, you start stepping on hardships, torments. You are able to go back to God and ask for God's help. But if you embarked on that journey alone, you never consulted God, you never trusted God, whatever you find ahead of you, it will be very difficult for you to turn and ask for God. So now, this simply means that whatever we do, we need to acknowledge God, and we need to seek for wisdom and understanding from God. These are the three main important things: understanding, wisdom, and knowledge that comes from God. Once we have these things in our fullness, we will never stumble, and God will always be there to fight for us. Now, if God tells you to go, even when it seems to be darker where you're going, for the fact that it is God who has told you to go, it is very amazing for you to go. It is very easy and it's very exciting for you to go. Even though it looks to be darker, but because the one who has told you to go is full of light, he will provide light for you.
I cannot heal myself by myself.
If where you're going seems to be lighter, and God has not spoken anything about where you're going,
I cannot do it on my own.
You're not sure about it.
I cannot do it on my own.
That seems to be light.
I cannot do it
Remember,
on
the devil can masquerade. Thank you so much for this message. God bless you and let me love you wherever you are in the name of Jesus Christ.